Hey, what's up, everybody? Pastor Mike with your Golden Word Nugget for Monday morning. Happy Monday to you. Yeah, listen, a few days ago, I was talking to a friend. He has a landscaping business, and we're having a good conversation. I received a lot of good insight for you and for myself out of that conversation. But anyway, he was talking about how the things are blooming seemingly a little early this year. Man, things are beautiful. Springtime is among us and all of those things. But what he noticed was, he says that he's got to be careful. This time of year for him is a time to be watchful of the change in weather. He says it could be that all of a sudden there becomes a wintertime weather storm of some sort that comes through and could wipe out everything that he's growing. Because he says his flowers right now, they're tender. And so he has to be on watch. It really reminded me of the story I've shared a lot in the Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15, where Solomon says, "Catch us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for the vines have tender grapes." Those vines represent people, represents you and I. Those vines are, what we need to protect. And those little foxes that are trying to spoil the vine is things like procrastination, worry, anxiety, things of like frustration, and more importantly, things like narrow-mindedness. If you're like me and probably many Americans, the first of the year or right at the end of last year, we either did vision boards or some kind of resolutions or whatever you call it for the year, and so we are a good 2 months in, going into our third month for this year. And so this is the time, as my landscaping friend said, that we've got to be watchful. We got to be watchful that narrow-mindedness, frustration, and those things doesn't attack the vine, aka the vision board, aka the New Year's resolution, or whatever you call it. We've got to be mindful that we don't allow those things to stop the progress. You've made some commitments, you've got a vision, and you've been moving forward to the vision, and I'm telling you, narrow-mindedness will kill it. God had a plan for his people as children of Israel. We read all the time in the Old Testament. And one of the things when the 12 spies went up and 10 came back with an evil report, because it was a report that was against God's word. That's why it was evil. But one of the things they said, we can't go up and take the land because we saw giants there. We were like grasshoppers in their eyes. They saw themselves as grasshoppers. They saw themselves as that we can't accomplish anything. That was like a little fox. It was how they seen themselves that caused them to negate the promised land. And we've got to see ourselves as God sees us, right? And so I'm telling you, this is the time that you be on guard. Like the winter storm my friend is watching out for. It could happen late March or early April, and he's going to protect this crop. You've got to protect your vision. Don't allow narrow-mindedness, because now you can't see what the end result looks like, to spoil the vine. You've got tender fruit. My friend says that my plants are tender right now, so it's more importantly now than ever that I make sure they're protected. It's more important now than ever that you make sure that your vision that you've been working on, the plans that you have for your family, that you follow through with those things. I want to give you this to think about today, and we'll be talking more about this week. So you tune in. And if this has been a blessing to you, please tag and share with some other folks because they need to hear it as well. God bless you. Let's do this again real soon.